What you are about to see is a counseling technique called Fight Fair. This technique is especially helpful for couples who want to resolve interpersonal problems. A fight fair should be overseen by an experienced counselor. This is part one of a two-part program recorded at a seminar in April 1991 conducted by Jeanette Lofas, president and founder of the Stepfamily Foundation. Part two will be seen in an upcoming Family Matters program. This is a very emotional session and viewer discretion is advised.
All right, this is a fight fair. It is important for the couple to sit this way with each other. It will go on for a period of time, and it's a way of communicating in which I double for the couple and they have what's called a fair fight. I will introduce to them the rules of the fight as we go along. So the topic is the children, discipline.
Discipline.
Mm-hmm. You're calling the fight?
I'm calling the fight.
Person who calls the fight begins. What I'll be doing is doubling you, coming next to you, and I'll be saying things. Sometimes if it fits for you, just, nod your head and go on. If it doesn't, correct me. So, hands on your knee, on your thighs. Do not move them. You begin to talk, and you can do whatever you want. You can yell at him, you can scream at him, whatever, and you may not interrupt her until you say, "I'm finished." And then when you go, you have to listen to him, and then you go as long as you want to until you're finished. Try to do this in some sort of chunks where people can, get it and understand it. You may not get up from here. We are here till tomorrow. Until we resolve something. I will be pushing you toward the middle to go for a conclusion, to go for some sort of outcome. Okay. Okay, shall I start?
I'm feeling really angry about the children and also angry at you because I don't feel like you discipline the kids. You let them do whatever they want to do. They jump on the beds, they run through the house, they rip and they tear. There just doesn't seem to be any discipline at all in the house. And
I'm really angry in this household. They run the whole household. I'm not even the female head of the household. I am absolutely angry at you.
I'm really angry.
I can't stand this situation.
I can't stand living like this. I hate what the kids are doing. It's tearing up the furniture, it's running the carpet.
In fact, you're kind of a wimp about disciplining. You're really a wimp.
You never say anything to them at all. You're really being wimpy about the whole thing. The kids run all over you and all over me. I'm really angry.
I'm finished.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want me to do? I know that the kids are unruly. They've probably never been disciplined the way that and trained to behave in the way that you expect them to behave. They have come out of a difficult situation in which the parents were not even in agreement. There was a time when I would have been very close to where you are now, and everything that I did was undermined, and I was very angry too, and I took out my anger on the children. Now I'm feeling a lot of guilt about that. I'm afraid that if I am angry with them now, I'll lose them again.
They're already damaged by this whole thing. What do you want me to do, damage them further? I mean, they're so fragile. Something could happen to them. Bad.
Yeah, I'm very much concerned about their development at this point, and it's not so much important to me what's more important to me now is the outcome of the children's welfare 10 years from now, not so much with whether we need a new couch or not. One of these days I would like to buy you a new couch and say, here's your couch, here's a replacement for the one my kids tore up, and be happy. But I don't want to see, I'd rather see the damage to something like that rather than in their development. And yet, on the other hand, I realize there's a need for discipline and there's a need for structure. Where I've been personally, I can't bring myself to do that at this time. I'm not well enough to handle that myself, and I don't think that they're well enough to
receive that. These kids will get so hurt. They'll be so damaged. They'll be scarred for life. Maybe they already are scarred for life. What do you expect me to do about my kids? They've had such a rough time. You want to make it rougher for them?
And I feel that, on the other hand, I try to be protective of you and your home, the things that you like. And I am hard on them, mostly when you're not there. But when you are harsh with them yourself, it's hard for me to come along and just add more, heap more on them when they've already been severely crushed by everything that's happened, plus the anger. Your anger is very threatening. It's threatening to me. I think it's threatening to the children.
I can't do anything when you're so angry also. And if you are hard on the kids and you expect me to be hard on them after that, I mean, we're going to destroy them. There won't be anything left of them or me.
And sometimes I feel like I have to protect them, and other times I have to protect you, and I'm caught in the middle. And I'm afraid for the children, and I'm afraid for our relationship too. And I feel that there's no way to win and protect both. And I feel very much caught in the middle. And I'm finished.
I think you're going to damage those kids even more by not disciplining. You don't give them any guidance. They don't know where they're going.
I think the children need the discipline, Dudley, because they need some kind of boundaries. And you're saying we're going to live in a house with no rules because the rules are what are going to create more damage for the children. I wasn't there. I didn't decide about the divorce. I didn't do that to your kids. Their mother did. Yeah. And I have to live with them now. We have to live in this home. And these are things, yes, they're things, but they are the only things that we have, and they do cost money, and I don't feel like going out and working hard to replace all this stuff.
I'm really angry. I'm really, really angry at you.
I'm angry
I didn't sign on for this.
No, when we married, they weren't even with you. And now all of a sudden their mom sends them to us. We got 2 kids. Poof, now I'm a mother. I'm supposed to let them rip up and tear up everything in my house and just keep my mouth shut because your 2 kids came to live with us? I can't do that. I mean, I want to have some discipline and some order. I didn't grow up like that. My parents didn't let me run wild. I was disciplined. There were rules. I followed the rules or I got punished. And you don't seem to want to do anything with the kids. You just let them do whatever the hell they want to do.
I think you're afraid of them. You're just afraid of them. And I'm so angry that they run this household. They just run it right around here.
They do run everything. I think you're mainly afraid they'll go back and live with their mother. Well, if they don't like the rules here, they can go back and live with their mother. I don't care.
I wish they would.
Sometimes I wish they would leave. Their mother doesn't make them do anything. There aren't any rules down there, but they're not living with their mother. They're living with us. And if they're going to live in this house, there's got to be rules, and the children need to follow the rules. Or I just can't live this way.
Finished?
I'm finished.
I think you're right about rules and structure and discipline and expectations. And I agree, I didn't grow up in a divorced family or step family, and we had rules and I had to live with them too. One of the things that I don't think we communicated very well is what the rules are. I didn't know what the rules were. I think I came into your house and felt that this was your home and your house, so I guess I have to abide by your rules. And I'm trying to pass that on down to the children and to interpret that to them and tell them, this is Sherry's house, this is her stuff. Now you're living in her house. You are going to have to abide by her rules. And I think that's the hierarchy that's set up. And I'm to the place now where, okay, write them down. Let me know what they are. I'll enforce them. You make them, I'll enforce them.
So I've just
It's a
decided.
division of power. You're the legislature and the judge, and I'm the executive branch.
I'm the victim of your sternness and your rigidity.
I'm not a victim so much as, what the hell, it doesn't matter anymore. That's the way I've always been. It's always been done in the families that I lived in and was modeled. And I guess that's the way the whole damn society is. It's women run it, and women make the rules and bitch and complain, and that's where I am.
And we men just have to give in to them.
It doesn't matter anymore. Give in. Fine with me. I hate women anyway.
I don't want to do it. I hate women. I hated my first wife. I hate you. I hate my mother.
All the above. And I don't have any much use for women at all. I think they're just. I don't have anything to fight with. I don't want to fight anymore. So if it wasn't for taking care of the kids and having to, raise them, wouldn't be so much of a problem. But everybody is defaulted in their life, and I just can't force myself to do it. And so if that's the way it's always been modeled in my family, so I guess we can just keep on repeating it. You lay down the law, and I'll kick butt and make sure it happens. Fine with me. I'm finished.
I feel like you're really being a wimp. It's not the way I want to live. I grew up, my father was the head of the house, and I expect you to be the man, not to be such a wimp about being a father and a husband. I don't think it's just my house or my things. Whatever is mine is yours by virtue of our relationship and our marriage. But I don't want what I have or what we have to be destroyed just because there are two children that happen to be living with us at this time. And that's what makes me really angry with you, is you just want to give up and sit down and fold your hands and say, poor me, I can't do anything about it. Well, that's a bunch of crap.
And I think you gave up on your kids. I think you gave up disciplining them. I think you're just giving it over. And you're not going to, if we don't agree together, nothing's going to really happen if I get to be the bad guy.
So I'm just the wicked stepmother all the time because it's always Sherry's rule, Sherry's this, Sherry's that. That's not fair to me. That's not why we're in a relationship. We're supposed to be in this together, and we're supposed to be partners, and all I feel like I get is the blame for wanting things to be okay at home. I don't want them tearing things up. There's no sense in it anyway. They don't need to do that. They're not learning anything. That's not how you teach a child to be responsible, by letting them rip and run and roar through the house and breaking whatever the heck they want to and destroying other people's property. They need to learn to respect people's property, to take care of the things that are in the home. And if they can't do that, then I don't want them here.
Here I am bringing this whole family, sort of wanting to bring them out of chaos into some sort of order, and you're just saying, okay, Sherry, design the order and I'll comply. I need you to partner with me. These are your kids.
I need your help, and I've asked for it, and you just don't want to do anything. You just want to sit back and let it fall down around you, and I can't do that. I can't allow that. I can't live that way. I'm telling you, you have to be involved. They're your children. You need to set the rules. We need to agree on them, and you need to enforce them. It shouldn't always come from me. I shouldn't always be the one yelling at the kids about what they can do and they can't do, because then I'm always the bad guy, and I feel like everybody gangs up on me. It's the three of you, and I'm the outsider, and you all are like one big happy family, except you're living, and I'm living with you. Makes me just want to move out and live somewhere else. I don't even feel like I belong there anymore. And you don't help. You just have this attitude that the kids are damaged, they've had a rough time. Yeah, I know that. But that isn't good enough.
Okay. I give you your way, and then you give me more things to do. I can never please you.
No, it's not where I am right now. I try to enforce. I would like to know what the rules are. We don't have time to, we haven't really negotiated about it. I know that when the kids came, we didn't have time to get together and make some decisions. We hardly had time to even, we didn't even have enough beds in the house for everybody. And it was kind of thrown together, and I know that they came in like they were on a vacation. I was, I knew what they, I wish they could have been less unruly. And I've tried to guide them, and I've tried to teach them some things. I don't think that we've made any of our rules. I've got expectations and you've got expectations, but there are no our expectations. And I've been trying to enforce yours when mine are focused differently now. I mean, I see a different side. I see things differently than you do. You see things differently than I do, but I don't think we've ever gotten together and made some decisions about, yes, these are our rules, not mine, yours, but ours, and then communicated them to them. We've done that a little bit along the way, but not very clearly, and I feel like when the kids make a mistake, that's what it is. A lot of it is a mistake. It's thoughtlessness. It's forgetfulness, and a lot of it is not, maybe it's manipulation, but it's not as much belligerent disobedience as sometimes your anger seems to communicate.
So what I want to do is I want to set forth some rules together that could be our rules and your rules and my rules.
I think that's the best solution. Maybe the only way for me to work out of the feelings that I have. What I feel like doing is just being angry and give up and sulk and just to hate women because of what has happened in the past, both to me and my kids. I think they've been betrayed by every woman in their life. And I feel like this is starting another pattern.
I'm afraid you'll betray them too.
Yeah, I'm afraid you'll betray them, and it's either the only way to survive here is to submit. Your anger is too strong for me. If I did give in to my feelings, one of us would be destroyed. We wouldn't be able to exist together.
If I let you know my rage, it would break up the relationship.
If I did let you know my rage, you would not be able to live with me. No one has ever been able to live with who I really am anyway. Nobody's ever accepted the kids. They've never been good enough.
Kids have never been accepted. I've never been accepted.
And that's where we're walking on eggshells too. We're suppressing all of our feelings. You're the only one expressing them. That's the way we've always lived. I hate to go ahead and do it, but it's either that. I see there's only two options. Either we conform to your wishes and your anger, or you'll be gone too, just like the last time.
You'll betray them and leave.
I know you say that it's not true, but you haven't seen what's really on the inside.
Of me. You don't know who I am.
You don't know who I am.
And I'm afraid if you do, you'll be gone like all the rest.
If you do know me, there's enough anger inside of me to, I just want to kill somebody. And I don't want it to be you. But so I turn it inward and kill myself. So that's the reason I'm powerless. It's easier for me to be powerless than it is to be a murderer. Those are my feelings. That's what's really underneath a lot of this impotence that you see. And whenever you lash out in your anger, that doesn't empower me. It makes me realize just how much stronger I have to hold on to my anger.
And it drives me back into that raging sort of place that's inside of me.
Drives me back inside myself, and I just sit on it. That's a long ways from the discipline of the kids. But those are things that happen underneath, and that's part of the reason I can't pick myself up. If I did pick myself up, I would be afraid that you wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be a partnership. It's never been a partnership.
For some sort of closure now, like what we need to do, we'll sit down and draw up some rules and things. And thank him for telling you all that stuff.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm glad that you told me how you really feel.
It's very important for me to know you. Your pain makes me sad. I don't want you to have that pain. I hurt for you.
Just think whatever we're going to have to do, we'll have to do. And work it out together.
Mm-hmm. I want to work this out with you. I want to show you a partnership you haven't seen before. I want us to decide things together. That's
It's up to us, though. But you're going to have to help, and you're going to have to do your part. I can't do it all either.
But I can help you. We can work it out together. We can be a partnership. We can do something different. I can make up my rules and you can make up your rules. And we can agree. We can agree to disagree.
Can we do that?
I'm so sad for you. You're so sad for me. This has hurt me so long. This has been hurting me so long. Could we go for having a different kind of a thing? I want the best for your kids. I want the best for you. Could we go for it? Could we begin to do it differently? Tell them that. That's so for you.
Yeah.
Tell them that.
I want to do that. I want us to have a good home. I want us to have a family. Whatever that is, whatever it can be. That's what I want for us to do. It's not going to be without a lot of hard work and tough decisions. I just want to know that you will help me do that. I can't do it by myself.
And that we do it together. I want us to do it together. I want to be different than the past with you. I love you a lot. I love you more that you tell me these things. That you trust me to share this.
I need you.